Hello, welcome back to my little YouTube channel. My name is Philip Damiano, in case you didn't know by now. And in case you didn't know by now, if you haven't been watching the prior videos, I'm building a DIY drawer system for my Mitsubishi Pajero. It's a single drawer, as you can see here. So far, what we've done is, as you can see, we've started making the carcass, the outside part of the drawer. And then the last video, you saw me putting on the varnish. And I must say, it's come up really nice. Don't know what you think. Nice and shiny. I'm pretty happy with it. In fact, I'm very happy with it. And I'm quite impressed how strong it is. This was a worthy purchase. This Craig 720 Pro pocket hole jig. I keep calling it biscuit joints, but they're not biscuit joints. It's a pocket hole jig. So we should say they're pocket hole joints with the screws that go inside. So, where are we up to now? Well, this here might be a bit of a clue, as well as the first 20 seconds or so of this video. We are going to finally install the Dunn And Watson 15-24mm long, fully extendable, lockable drawer slides. Now, talking about these drawer slides, if you watched all my videos right through from start to finish, and on all the videos that I've filmed so far on this series, thank you very much. You would already know the answer to this, that I was quite surprised how heavy these drawer slides are. So I put them on the scale yesterday, and they're just a tad over 7¼ kilos. So you're looking at about just over 14, what's that, 15, just over 14½ kilos. So not too bad, but certainly not what I expected. Certainly not what I expected, but that's okay. We're just going to have to save weight elsewhere, don't we? And luckily a lot of my camping gear is very lightweight gear, so we'll do a video on that one day. I've got a really accurate scale here, so one day after I finish this build, I'm going to get my vehicle weighed, and then we're going to start weighing all my camping gear, so we can tick it off on the checklist as we start putting them in the vehicle, and that way then I will always know exactly what the weight of my vehicle is. So I went uptown to Bunnings this morning and purchased some assorted fastening devices, which we call screws. Well, I call screws. So this is a screw. So it's an 8 gauge by 15. So it's a timber screw, hence we're going to touch it into timber. I thought they were, okay, hang on guys, these are not self-drilling screws. Yes, they are, self-drill. Up the top here it says self-drill. Thank goodness for that. We already got enough steps here to do. We don't want to add another step unnecessarily, do we? I also thought I might grab some bolts and nuts. So they're the bolts, and that include the nuts and the washers. Approximately 20 screws, attachment points on each rail. Okay, rail. I mean, what do they call again? Drawer slide. Dunn And Watson 15-24mm drawer slide. Can you remember that? Actually, no. Dunn And Watson 15-24mm lockable, heavy duty drawer slides. Can carry 227 kilos, that's when they're closed. Fully extended, 150 kilos. How's that? These things will support my weight, as long as this will support my weight. So I thought, might put a couple of bolts right through on either end, just to make sure. Just to make sure, because honestly guys, once I put this together, particularly if all the gluing that I've done here. So maybe what I'll do is I won't glue the lid down. That might be an wise idea. That way, if by any reason I need to do some maintenance inside here, I can easily just unscrew the top, and then, which will be easier to do if it's not glued down. So I will glue this side piece on. And I'm thinking as well to, someone suggested, I don't know, it might have been one of you guys on YouTube land there. Someone suggested I should have a little door here so I can access what's in here through my passenger door without pulling this all the way out. I think that's a good idea. I think I'm going to incorporate that. Somehow we have to make like a lid system on the top. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet. We'll figure it out. Maybe you guys got some ideas, if you can let me know. But to be fair, by the time this goes to air, this will probably go to air in about 4 or 5 days after I've actually completed this step. But I'd still like to know what you guys think. I'm relying on my straight measurement here. This board appears to be nice and straight. At least down here it should be. I see there is a slight bow in here this way. So when I attach the side wall onto here, that will then hopefully straighten that up. I trust there's no bow on here because you know how I got the cuts are nice and straight and there's no gaps that I noticed. So this should be all straight. So I've got a couple of little spaces, about 1 inch. So we're going to go to about 1 inch, and that will be enough to clear the screws. The screws are probably way down less than 1 inch above from the base of the floor here. So we're just going to start and just screwing this down now. And then once we've done that, we can get the jig out and start making the attaching this side here, and then we will then screw on to this part as well. So there's plenty of room I can fit in there. Let's start with the screws. So these are timber screws. As I mentioned, I got them from Bunnings, which here in Australia, Bunnings is a huge hardware store. It's probably similar to that one you got in the States for you American viewers. What do you call Walmart? Somewhat similar to Walmart. Except in our Bunnings, we are not allowed to camp in the car park. So I've got my Milwaukee drill here. So I've got on the clutch. Might help if I oh, okay. Oh, that's interesting. We're going to have to use some longer screws. I didn't realise, looking at this, I only got screws that are 15mm long. So I think we're going to need about 25, and luckily I do have some, so let me just go grab them. Now the reason being is that I presumed, obviously on this side it's nice and flat, I presumed that where I was going to I'm not drilling, we're going to screw these into, that it was, alright, yep, 20mm. I've got 20mm, so that'll work. Definitely 15mm is not going to be enough. No, 20mm, that should work. Wow, okay, interesting. This side here I might put a bolt through there. You know what I did? I didn't pull this out far enough. Take two. We don't need the 20mm. 15 mils would work very well, thank you. I don't think I need to explain to you what I just did. Oh dear dear. Number one. Let's go whack one over here. I don't know guys, the screws, using these screws, are they strong enough? I mean, I've got these, what were they again? 15 mil long, because remember, the timber here is only 15 mil, and we've probably got about a mil and a half of the material. I'm very carefully making sure so I could put a bolt through there. Alright, is that as far we can go out there? So there's a hole in here. Now luckily these drawer slides, I do have some experience with drawer slides. Because guys, would you believe it? I mean, I did mention that this is the first time I built one of these DIY drawer systems. But about 5-6 years ago, I actually built the kitchen that's in our house right now. And there's a lot of drawer slides that I installed. So, to be told the truth, I have done something similar to this before, but it's like 5-7 years ago. Hence why I've got so many tools. But guys, it's obvious I'm not very experienced using a circular saw if you watched me part 2. What a laugh that was. So what we're going to do, let's make sure we haven't missed any. I'm pretty sure we probably missed some in the middle here. We've got that one. No, looks like we've got them all. And there's that one. Alright, so there's a number over here. Right, we've got 2 left, so I'm going to use these bolts just to be on the safe side. To be honest, that's not a great deal, that's not an enormous amount of screws there, is it? Yep, that fits. Okay, so let me go and get my Milwaukee drill, although I've got a drill here, but I need my other one so my normal drill bits will fit, because this one's got one of those hexagonal heads on there. I need to get the drill set one day that fits the hexagonal head so I can just use that one all the time. So I'll go grab it and then I'll come back in a jiffy. Ha ha! Kang! Kang! Little one, big one. Big. M18, 12 volt. M18. Heavy sucker. It's also a hammer drill. You can also, not only is it a hammer drill, it's also got a clutch on it. So you can actually use this to put screws in too. Now this is ideal, putting screws in. Okay, now I've got my drill bits here. I've got to work out what thickness are these screws. Screws, I mean bolts. Probably actually says on the packet. 1/4 inch by 25. 1/4 inch. That's 1/4 inch. It's about 6 mils or something, isn't it? Maybe a 6 mil drill bit might be enough. Let's grab a 6 mil out. 6.5. I don't know, we don't want to go too loose. We'll try 6.5. So we need to drill a hole through there. So, easiest way to do that, I might turn it around. So let's close this draw slide. Now I want to try to keep the sawdust down the minimum as possible, so it's a bummer that I have to drill this, but I don't know what else. While that's there, let me see how free these drills run. Oh, awesome. Me happy! Oh, I should need to get my little vacuum cleaner and get all this gunk out of here now. Perfect fit. Let's make sure. Yeah, good. I don't think that's getting in the way. So we'll grab a washer. And these bolts might be a little bit long, so I'll just get my little tool later and just cut them down to length. And nut. See, I should have got lockable nuts. Alright, let me go get my little spanner and then I can tighten that up. What I might do is put another nut on that so it acts like a lockable nut. Now we've got one more to do up this end here. Really the last thing you want, guys, is to have these rubbish stuck to your drawer system. I hope this is not what you're supposed to do. Put bolts on every one of them, because I've already put the screws in the others, but I suppose it won't take much to actually bolt the other ones in. You've just got to pre-drill the hole. So you let me know if I've done this correctly. Although by the time you'll view this footage, it's probably going to be too late. Because I would have well and truly passed that stage. Because you guys are around about 4 or 5 days behind me. At the time you're watching this, this happened 4 or 5 days ago. One more to act as a lock nut. So I'm going to turn this around now so you guys can have a look to see what I've done. Oh. Alright, go get a screwdriver. Excuse my back. I thought I was going to be stuck with these left on here. And to prove that they work, look how smooth that is, guys. Perfect. All right. Now, what we got left to do now, we are going to mount that on there, and then it will also then need varnishing, as I have with the other pieces. Probably won't be till tomorrow now because we need to let the varnish dry. I like to put about 3 coats on, and then tomorrow morning we will install the other drawer slide. Start to build the drawer that goes on the inside. So I think what I'm going to do is actually build that drawer first before I fasten the lid down on this. So whether we're going to make that a separate video tomorrow or not, I don't know. I'll go and upload what footage I've got on here now to my computer and see how much it is. So it might be enough for a video on its own, and tomorrow, then this afternoon I'll start on the next video on this one. So just in case this video is not continuing on, thank you for watching, particularly you guys who are watching right through to the end. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And yeah, stay tuned. More videos will be uploaded very shortly. Till next time, and subscribe. Cheers.